See, folks, you have some good chiropractic doctors, some chiropractors, as I like to call them, who are deep in philosophy, who stood up, was trying to do what's right, was against the lockdowns, was against the mandates. We believe in this thing called nutrition, getting the chemicals out of our food. We are all excited about making America healthy again. Chiropractors, you have a choice right now. You have a choice as a profession, and this is a call out to all my chiropractors right now. You have a choice to fill a much needed void in the healthcare industry. You just have to explain to the patients what we have to offer. My goodness gracious, we have an opportunity for the first time in the history of our profession to really come out there and speak about the things that we have been very passionate about ever since we were founded back in 1895, about the 3 T's, about thoughts, traumas, and toxins, which causes dis-ease in our bodies. This is your time. Stand up and talk about these things with your patients. Sit them down. Talk about nutrition. Talk about Big Pharma. Talk about the scary V word and support their decision. See, what the medical profession has done, and I'm going to call them out, is if you don't follow the CDC recommendations for the vaccines, they would kick you out of the clinic. They would kick you out. And those of you who have stood up against the unbelievable amount of shots that the CDC now recommends, you know this, you experience this. There are a lot of medical doctors who would kick you out of their clinic and go against their Hippocratic oath to do no harm, right? Because you're supposed to support the patient. Your job as a doctor is to teach. That's what it means. It's to provide information and then support your patient's decision. You don't have to agree with it. You can hold them accountable, but you support your patient's decision and you love on your patients. You care for your patients and their kids. To kick a child out of your medical clinic because they're not following the brainwashing that you got is hot garbage, and I'm calling you out. I don't give a shit if you like me or not because it's wrong, okay? So I'm going to start highlighting these chiropractic warriors, and this is a call out to a majority of my profession is stand up and get back to the roots of what the chiropractic is about, the thoughts of traumas and toxins. And for all the chiropractors who attacked me, you can kiss my ass. And you know who you are, and I know who you are. And I can't wait to see you at the convention sometime in the future. You all try to duck and hide away from me, but I will find you, and we will have a conversation about the attacks that you brought upon me for standing up against the lockdowns and mandates. Shame on you. Shame on you. As you can tell, I'm a little bit edgy about that particular subject. Chiropractors stand up. So the first one I'm going to highlight right now is Dr. Ben Tapper, who will be coming on this Friday at 12:30. This is him back in 2020 standing up. Enjoy.
My name is Dr. Tapper. I'm in private practice in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't wear a mask. I see over 200 patients a week. I come in close proximity with every patient that I come across. Why haven't I contracted this so-called disease? Americans make up 5% of the world population, but yet we take in 65 to 70% of the world's pharmaceutical drugs. We are one of 2 countries that allows pharmaceutical advertisements on the television. But yet 80% of Americans are suffering with a chronic disease associated with poor lifestyle choices. 700,000 people will die of heart disease this year alone.
Doctor, please bring yourself in order.
600,000 people will die of cancer. 300,000 people will die of obesity this year. When is enough enough? If this is truly about health, then mandate healthy living, exercise, good food choices, chiropractic, outlaw tobacco and cigarettes, processed sugars. I believe it was Thomas Jefferson who stated, if people let the government decide what foods they eat and what medicines they take, their bodies will soon be in a sorry state as those souls who live under tyranny. You see, God made your body self-healing, self-regulating. If you give the body what it needs, it can be healthy. It is like a wilted plant that sits under the sun. An allopathic model to that is to shield the sun, to protect that plant against the sun, cut off its leaves, medicate or vaccinate that plant. But an epigenetic approach, a wellness approach, is to give that plant water, and it can be well. You see, your body is no different. We must eat well, move well, think well, and we can be well. In other words, your level of health is the genetic expression of your lifestyle choices. And I know full well that your body's ability to heal itself, to overcome disease and circumstances like corona, is far greater than anyone has ever permitted you to believe. Benjamin Rush, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, stated, unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, a time will come when medicine will organize into an undercover dictatorship to restrict the art of healing to one class of men and deny equal privileges to others. That time is now. These masks have absolutely nothing to do with health, but everything to do with the complying with a false flag, tyrannical agenda. If we sacrifice our precious freedoms for temporary security, we will lose both. If you can't comprehend that statement, if you are blind to this agenda, then I am sorry. You have the eyesight of an eagle, but the vision of a clam.
Oh, I love it.